Hello everyone and welcome to today's Fintech Finance Virtual Arena. Joining me today in the arena is Bhagaban Behera, the CEO of Walrus, a neobank and community for teenagers in India. So today we're going to be discussing everything from financial literacy for children and young adults to banking in India and so much more in between. So without further ado, Bhagaban, could you introduce yourself to our audience, please, and give us a bit of information about Walrus?
Sure. Hi, my name is Bhagaban. I'm the co-founder of Walrus. So Walrus is a modern age digital bank and also a community for teenagers in India. What we see is the Generation Z or the new generation expects they are more independent, they are more ambitious, they want things in their own way. The new generation prefers to use a Instagram versus a Facebook, right? So they want things that are cool, that understand them, and that is tailor-made for them. So banking is no exception. So there has to be a bank which is tailor-made for the new generation. So what we are building is like an Instagram version of a bank account for the Instagram generation in India to start with.
Absolutely brilliant. It's so interesting to hear Instagram used as a generation. I completely agree. I spent a couple of years trying to get my parents on Facebook, but now I've migrated to Instagram and they're still there. Even though I wouldn't call myself a Generation X, it's still interesting to see how fast technology moves along like that.
Like in India, they think Facebook is for their parents, while Instagram is for them. So, and occasionally, if the parents find that the child is spending too much time on Instagram, they try to join Instagram as well. But when they join, the children block them. So
wow.
So it's a very they want it to be restricted to the new generation only. There's no space for the older generation there.
I can imagine, yeah. Oh, well, brilliant. Well, let's start at the beginning. What kind of led to you creating Walrus? Start from the beginning if you can.
Sure. So I personally have been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years or so. And as an entrepreneur, I have faced, I've been through rough times where I have had no money for expenses and all. And what the realization I had come to is it's all due to bad financial planning. If you do not take care of your finances and do not plan properly, do not have financial discipline, you get into a problem. And in India is a bit conservative country, and unlike the West, in India, parents the children stay under the hood of the parents for a longer period, right? So in India, parents push the children to focus on their education till they get their job, and they take care of all their needs till then, right? So but the problem with this is the child doesn't learn basic financial management, doesn't know how to budget, that he should look into earning money, that he should look into investing money. So when he gets into his first job, he doesn't, and starts earning, he doesn't know what to do with the money. So we think in India also, only 2 to 3% of people have insurance. I think now a lot of people have bank accounts, but hardly anyone invests. People do not take insurance. People do not create goals or save money for their future use. So all of these leads to a lot of problems that, and by the time people realize that they are not taking care of their finances properly, it's already too late. So we thought of introducing money to children at a younger age, so that they know how to be smart with money from a younger age, so that when they start earning money, they're already disciplined, and it's a way of life for them, right? So at Walrus, we are not building a education platform or a video series where people learn about financial literacy. We are building a tool which, if you use, you are already financially disciplined, right? So our platform makes it very easy and fun to manage money. It's secure, so that parents can give money to to children without having to deal with cash. And for children, it's that Instagram or Snapchat experience that is here. So you have fun while dealing with money. You have fun saving money. You have fun investing money or creating goals or creating budgets. So we bring that fun experience into banking. And since it's this is something, since we are very focused on this Instagram generation, we know what they like, what they understand, so we can tailor make things really for them. Right?
Incredible. I think you've hit the nail on the head in terms of you don't need to teach these teenagers or children how to use these applications. They already know better than their parents. That could be purely anecdotal, but it's something I've kind of picked up on in my own private life. And so that's really interesting way to tackle it. And kind of going back to the impetus slightly, what made you choose the name Walrus?
Right. So I think we spent a month choosing the name, and we wanted to choose a name which was catchy, which these teenagers could remember, and the very name we wanted that it creates a picture of something unique and something memorable. So the walrus creature has two long teeth. It's not forgettable. So we wanted to use that name so that the same picture comes to our company's brand as well. So once you hear the name, you cannot really forget it. And
really can't.
We want to use the walrus as a mascot for our marketing campaigns. Say just before this Corona COVID, we did a couple of marketing campaigns at schools and shopping malls, and we had one person wearing a walrus mascot and doing performances there. So immediately it draws attention, and people come and take selfies. People share on social media. So that was the purpose. That let's the walrus word is not overused. Very few companies are there which have the name Walrus. So we think we could create a unique brand here, which not only, our goal with Walrus is to start with payments, but go beyond payments. We find very few companies that are focused on teenagers or building anything here, not just banking or payments, but in anything. I think there has only been innovation in education. So we want to build a strong brand which goes after many other verticals for the same segment. So I think having a good brand name was essential.
Yeah, I can imagine it's certainly critical, especially for Generation X. And you've kind of led me on to my next question here, and that's talking about demand. You mentioned how obviously Indian parents and Indian society, slightly conservative children stay under their parents' roof until they get a job. But with approximately 200 million teenagers in India, is there any demand for Walrus? Have you seen a good uptake before COVID-19?
Right. So we actually launched our beta product 2 months back. We actually launched during COVID.
Wow. Okay.
And we see great feedback, and we have launched our product in a invite only mode. So you need an invite code to get access. And every day we get bombarded with hundreds of messages from people on Instagram, kids asking for a card, asking for access, and asking for invite code. And we are actually pretty surprised with that, right? We launched the product a bit cautiously, wondering what the feedback would be. But it has been fairly positive. So we have few key insights. So in India, we are getting two kinds of users. One from the tier 1 cities, the metro cities of India, which are say 6 to 7 of them. Here the children are a bit outgoing, and they go out with friends. They are spending on gaming credits, Google Play credits. They play PUBG, they play Fortnite. They buy from e-commerce, say Flipkart, Amazon. They make purchases there. They easily get bored with eating food at home. So they frequently order food from Domino's or a McDonald's or a Zomato or Swiggy, which are Indian delivery companies. right? So they do what the like a luxury spending, and they get that kind of a pocket money to spend. Right? So they used to get it on cash, so now they have a digital way of spending. Right? When they wanted to do like a e-commerce purchase, they used to get their parents' card and spend. What we allow them to do is like use their own card and spend using that. We have a second set of users which are like the tier 2 cities, which are not the metro cities. So here the parents are not that digitally savvy. The parents are not tech savvy. But in the current world, you cannot avoid technology. You cannot avoid like you do need to make digital purchase. You need to like recharge your phone. You need to, and since the parents are not digitally savvy, they are dependent on their children to do this. Right? Right. So when we provide a card and a way to make purchases, so the child is actually doing the payments for the whole family, and we see that as good use case where the child actually does payments for the entire family. And we see, I mean, we didn't cater to this use case, but we get this use case from our data. We see the children actually paying taxes for their parents. Yeah.
That's incredible. So yeah, it sounds like financial literacy almost really doesn't need to be improved, especially in India, when you're hearing use cases like that.
So we just make it, like if a 15-year-old child wants to open a bank account in India, it's complicated. He has to go to the bank. Not only he has to go, but he has to take his parent as well. The bank doesn't give the account straightforward. They ask either the parent to create an account as well, or the parent to open a fixed deposit and invest X amount of money, or open a recurring deposit and invest in some money before they give an account for the child. Right? What we do is we are giving a purely digital method where within 5 minutes you can open an account and be ready to. We give you a virtual card as well, so you do not need to wait for you to receive the card by post. And we give like a very cool debit card, which is like for the banks, design and all doesn't matter. But for the generation that we are targeting, the design of the app matters, the design of the card matters.
I've got to ask, what is the design of your card? What color is it primarily?
Yeah, it's a black card. The design, I won't reveal it over this call.
Okay. Cool. Well, I look forward to seeing it. And kind of taking a step back and looking at the kind of financial industry as a whole. Now, one thing that's been characterized over the last couple of years, obviously, has been open banking and the sharing of data between financial institutions. One thing I'm really interested in is the sharing of data by customers. For instance, Generation X, the millennials, have shared a lot of private data to their friends that potentially, previous generations would almost be appalled that their friends are sharing photos of them, going out, having parties, everything like that. How long do you think it's going to be? And obviously this is just purely your opinion, but till Generation X is very handy and very open with sharing their what they're spending on, and maybe almost like Instagram, they're seeing what their friends are buying, almost like a kind of like a scroll down list, and you can see, as you said, like one of your friends has gone to Domino's, and you could comment on that. I mean, do you think that's in the next couple of years, perhaps?
No, so we have that feature in our app.
Oh wow!
So when you make a purchase, so most of the purchases that these kids are doing today are by scanning QR codes at the merchant stores. So we have this feature where you can scan the QR code. And you can take a photo of yourself and send it to your feed. So the Walrus app has a feed of its own where you can see what your friends are sharing, and you can also share it to Instagram if you want. So where a broader audience get to see that. Right?
That's incredible.
So we are adding more fun things to that, where not only you can add a picture, but you can check into a place as well. You can see who else purchased from that same place. Like when was the last time a friend of yours came to that place? So a lot of fun things where, it's not just about payments, but like the whole experience altogether.
Yeah. That's absolutely amazing. That was something I was predicting would be coming in the next couple of years, and you're telling me that it's fully embedded with Walrus already. That's so interesting to hear.
And for us, like we have a great feedback loop with the users. So the users actually, unlike like the previous generation, this Gen Z, they are very vocal about what they want. So we have these kids coming to our customer support chat and demanding that they need feature X, feature Y, feature Z. And not only they ask for it, but like say 15 days later, they are going to come back and ask, hey, is my feature implemented? I gave you this suggestion. Why is it not done till now?
That's crazy. After 50 years of slow innovation in financial services, driven by tech companies almost in the last 10 years, it's now being led by the customers, but the customers are the 20-year-olds, the 15-year-olds. That's
15-year-old.
You wouldn't ever dream of that, especially when it comes to finance. That's brilliant.
No, not really. Yeah. So we are actually surprised that there is so much of engagement, and that also people come to the customer support, the customer chat is like a very dry thing. The general expectations is that we don't want customers to come there, but here the customers actually come there and they're not complaining. They are like asking for features.
That's amazing. So I've got to ask, you're talking about customers coming back and everything like that. This Walrus is designed for teenagers. Now, you've recently said that Walrus shouldn't really be used for anyone post the age of 22. What does that mean? And do you think that, where should they go next effectively? Or will you be offering up a suite for those people later on in the future?
Right. So our idea is that, we are in like a bit early stage of our product development.
Sure.
So we think like a 20-year-old or a 22-year-old has a bit of a different expectations. They have higher expectations than what we have in the product right now. So right now we want to cater to the below 18 age group and try to serve them well. And which and like a 17-year-old today will become 18-year-old tomorrow. So we want to grow up with our users. So we want to bring in products for young adults as well, which will cater to say up to 24, 25 years of age. But like that's coming next. We don't have it. Don't have those features right now, which will satisfy a 24-year-old. So that's why we restrict it based on age, so that we do not like underwhelm a 23-year-old.
Sure. Now, that leads me to ask the question, what makes Walrus unique for teenagers? We've talked about that brilliant kind of sharing, that very social aspect, which I've never heard of in a financial organization before. I think it's absolutely brilliant. But what makes Walrus unique for teenagers, especially compared to typical mainstream banking apps?
Right. So the mainstream bank accounts are not really catering to this age group. They're meant for adults. So if you open an account with, so one is like they do not allow the teenagers to open accounts. So you need your parent to open an account. And with COVID and all, going to a bank is just a no right now. So there is no digital way they can actually open an account easily. And even if they manage to open an account, say with the help of their parent and all, it doesn't meet their expectations. Like, so it's cluttered. Like the banking app that's meant for the adult will be cluttered with like say investment options, insurance, loans, everything which is not relevant to this age group, right? So what we have done is like we design and everything is not meeting the expectations of the Instagram generation. So what we have built is a very simplified yet very high bars in terms of design. And like cool and social. So we want like your friends to be there as well. So you can create groups and make group payments. You say 5 of you go to a restaurant together. You can like split your bill easily. So those kind of features, or like say your friend's birthday is coming in a month, so you can and 10 of you are going together, then you can save money for that friend's birthday that's coming, or you want to go on a trip together. So we have talked with these users and built in a lot of features which a bank is not going to ever build, because they are going to cater to their mainstream users, and they are going to look at what is adult looking at. The adult is looking, hey, what do I do about my retirement? What do I do? How do I take a housing loan? How do I take a bike loan? So these are not relevant to a child. So a child is worried about buying books, going to a restaurant, seeing a movie, so these are the perks or rewards and other things that we build for this age group, as well as we try to bring the social features in. We try to focus on design and make sure everything is seamless. We have like a rewards network which is just for teenagers. Right? So if I'm a child and I use my parents' card, the points or the rewards go to my dad. He is probably going to get a free airport lounge access, or he's going to get some points to buy petrol, and I'm not happy with that. I want my own reward points.
Yeah.
So we work with merchants that are focused on teenagers, be it like a movie, or be it I want to learn badminton, I want to learn swimming, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to learn about that, I want to learn boxing, or I want to go abroad for my my future education. So I need some help with that. So these are the things that we aggregate and bring together into our ecosystem. And as you spend, you get reward points which you can use at these merchants. So these are some of the things that a bank will never do, because it's too much for them.
I can imagine. And how many requests for Epic Games and PUBG have you had for the reward scheme?
Right, we get a lot of requests for that. Yeah,
I can imagine. Well, I mean, kind of following on from that, then, what's the overall aim for Walrus? You know, you have this set demographic, and you've obviously said that you want to grow with your customers. What does that mean? If there's obviously services that don't apply to your current demographic, if you want to grow with them.
Right. So again, the way we see is suppose we have a 16-year-old customer today. That 16-year-old will become a 18-year-old tomorrow. He's going to join college. Maybe after a couple of years, he's going to get to his first job. We want to grow with that user and meet all his requirements. Like say, when he goes to job, he opens a salary account with us. He when he goes to college, he learns how to invest his money.
So these are services you're looking to add later on in the line.
Right. Yeah. So that is that is how we grow, how we cater to the different age groups. I mean, how do we expand the age group that we have? But we are also looking what are some other services that we can provide to the current age group, which is what more can we provide to a 15 to 18-year-old, right? So thinking that way, we don't want to restrict ourselves to just payments. We think there are not many brands really focusing on this age group. We think we can tie up with other entrepreneurs, other companies, and curate a lot of products and services which this segment can use. Right? So it could be like say health and fitness. It could be education. It could be co-curricular activities. So we want to become like a one-stop place where it has everything for a 15-year-old.
Brilliant. Now, you also touched on obviously one of the services that you are thinking of expanding into and growing. And from my notes, I believe, is it called Club Walrus?
Right.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Right. So Club Walrus, I mean, as I said, we don't want to restrict ourselves to just payments. Our target is a aspirational teenager. So what I mean by that is so when I started my first company in 2010, and I was in Singapore that time, and I wanted to start a company. I started my career as a banker. I worked for 3 years in a bank, getting pretty decent salary there. And I had an idea. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and one of the investors, they offered a funding to me that, hey, if you want to work on your idea, we will give you $100,000. I went back to my my dad, and said, Dad, I want to quit my job and I want to start a company. My dad didn't let me. He's like, no. So for 1 year, I didn't work on the startup. I just continued in the job. But then again, I wanted to do that. So I again went to my dad and said, Dad, I think I need to do. I mean, there is a competitor coming up doing exactly the same thing. I think it's time I do something. He didn't agree that time again. So I eventually quit the job anyway without telling him. Right? But the generation today is different. So a parent of today actually is okay for his child to be an entrepreneur. He is okay. I mean, when I completed my studies, there were only two options: either you become a doctor or you become an engineer.
Sure.
But today, I think even in India, the parents are giving them options that, hey, you follow your passion, you do what you want to do, right? And children are actually so basically the whole society is becoming a bit okay with taking risks, and they want to follow diverse career paths. And a 10th standard child today has a LinkedIn account.
Wow.
I created my LinkedIn account after getting into job.
Yeah. I think I was the same.
So the children today are much different. I mean, they want to follow their passion, and their parents are okay with that. So we are catering to this aspirational child who wants to go beyond the normal, who wants to do things a bit more than what his dad did. And we think there is a massive vacuum in terms of guiding these users or providing help, providing support. Like, say, I want to be a game designer, what path do I take? I want to be an entrepreneur, what help is there for me? So we think, our debit card or our payments product is kind of a membership. So you become a Club Walrus member. You use our card to pay. You be in our network. And this is a network where we will bring in successful entrepreneurs. We will bring people who have succeeded. We bring in people who can help, and you learn from them. You grow, and you grow with us, and you stay with Walrus. And we will provide tools that will help you be more financially literate, manage your money properly. You not only learn from other successful people, but you learn from what other people are doing, your friends are doing, or other people in Walrus are doing. So that's the idea behind Club Walrus. So we are not just building like a bank, but we are building like a community of people who want to achieve, who are curious, who want to grow beyond themselves, who are willing to take the next step in doing something that was impossible 10 years back.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds absolutely brilliant. And I think I've got time for one more question. And it sparked my memory when you said obviously you got that investment round, but I think congratulations are in order because I think, have you just closed a successful round of funding?
So, sorry, I didn't get your question.
Have you just closed a successful round of funding? That's almost a loaded question, isn't it?
Yes. So we actually closed this round around February, but we just announced it right now. Because I think around March, I think there was too much negativity around Corona and all. Yeah. So we thought this is a much better time to talk about it.
Well,
we have some successful angel investors and other entrepreneurs who are now backing us. So we are not just so we get a lot of ideas and ideas from them. So we are now a larger team working together in achieving this goal and mission together.
That's absolutely brilliant. Well, congratulations. And if I may ask, going back to that data question, obviously, if people are sharing their data, are we soon going to have leaderboards amongst friends where they can see who has spent the most at an individual retailer? Can you see which one of your friends has spent the most at, for instance, Domino's?
Right. I mean, we do not want to have a competition based on how much people are spending.
Yeah, I did want to clarify that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the reverse of what we want to do.
Brilliant.
But like, say your friend has checked into this place last month, so that information is like is like good for you.
Yeah.
That you know your friend also visits this place. Maybe the next time you will visit together.
That's awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you
we
so
have
much.
we have leaderboards based on so in our app we also have like certain contests happening. So like say on every Monday we put a puzzle and we ask people to solve, and Friday we declare certain winners and give them certain points. So there is leaderboards based on that. I mean, it's we do not want to create a leaderboard based on how much you are spending.
I did want to clarify. Thank you so much, Bhagaban. It's been so insightful, and I think what you guys are doing is just absolutely brilliant. It's really exciting. So I really can't wait to hear what happens in the next couple of years. And congratulations once again on that funding. So thank you very much for joining me here today.
Yeah, thank you, Doug. Cheers.
Well, and to all our viewers, thank you very much for watching. You can, of course, catch the rest of the Virtual Arena series over at www.fintechf.com and, of course, LinkedIn. So thanks, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you next time.